Here we are with map 6, and anyone who says map 5 is the hardest map is somebody who hasn't played map 6 yet, in my opinion. This one is maybe more crushing than map 5. I'm not sure. They're both equally bad in terms of how much they destroy your soul. But that's perhaps being a little melodramatic. It is great fun, and actually grinding this one has been a treat because it's more open, it's more sandboxy than the previous one. I feel a lot more in control of my fate in this because I think movement is very important, as is sort of strategy for these fights. Now this fight in particular, which is the first proper fight, you see I like to come down, get the double shotgun, kill all the zombie men, and then I like to take my time clearing out these blinched enemies, in particular these revenants, which you can run out there and kill them a bit quicker, but I prefer to sort of stay back here and shoot them with my Gatling gun. And the reason I like to kill these revenants is because it frees up this whole side of the arena. It makes it safer. I mean, those barons you can see top right will still try and snipe you, but it's not too bad. With the revenants dead, that creates a lot of space for you, because what's going to happen is basically this arena will fill up with 4 archviles, and as you've seen, there's very little cover, 4 pain elementals, and a ton of imps. And obviously the archviles will resurrect stuff, and some hell knights also get lowered down. So I like to kill the revenants first to have space on that side of the map, and then the next strategy is to avoid picking up the megasphere, because you've got 181 health. I mean, you can do this with 200 health, but run over here, pick up the cells that lowered so you get 300, and this archvile can be blocked by that wall. This one, if he behaves, I mean, this is actually quite good. I want to take a blast there to maximize the use of, I don't want to take a blast, but it's efficient to take a blast, and then kill that archvile. And then this one, sometimes there's one in that little crevice, but actually a higher priority is the pain elementals. You really want to kill them because, well, there isn't enough ammo, of course. And the amount of lost souls can very quickly mean that you just can't realistically kill things. So focus on the pain elementals. Try and kill those 2 archviles like I did first. That's optimal. Sometimes you only get 1. Often one of them will be running around. Oh, that was very lucky. One of them will be running around by the switch, and then the other, yeah, just kill him when you have the chance. Jump down here, pick up box of shells, but don't go over 50 because it's a waste. I like to wake those revenants up by pressing that switch, and then bring them up here to the party, because they'll do decent damage against the Hell Knights, and you know, it overall saves you ammo. So just bring in the second one up. And then I'm just going to get these guys to infight so that this area is cleared out. I've actually got some pretty nice cells at the moment, which is good. This fight is incredibly difficult. Like the first couple of times you play this, you will just get mauled and you'll be like, well, this is just ridiculous. I can't do this. It's not possible, you know, mere salty tears. But actually, you can get pretty consistent at it. Once you sort of know that there are 4 archviles, 4 pain elementals, and you have an idea of where you're going to go and when your ammo is going to run out, where the safe spaces are, this becomes pretty consistent. Like, I would say that I can do this first fight maybe 75% of the time, and you know, sometimes you just get ganked by archviles, or you get juggled into archviles, which, you know, is partially your own decision making and also partially a bit of bad luck. But like I say, I think you can get pretty consistent with this first fight, so don't be put off by it at first glance. I'm going to save that mega armor for later. Instead, we're going to go up here to the secret fight. So yeah, that speaks for itself. Run around, you've got to wait a little while for that yellow wall to lower. Don't be greedy with the megasphere. I've died here before where I've tried to pick that up too late. And then try and get behind one of these mancubi. Yeah, that bit there is quite rough. Losing most of your megasphere is pretty standard, I would say, for me at least. But you don't really need it beyond that point. And now we're just going to hide and let things infight. And yeah, this is the secret fight. It doesn't really give you... Well, it gives you a soul sphere at the end, and you come out with more ammo than you went into it with. So it is usually a net good to do this. I mentioned this level is a little bit sandboxy, because you can actually take two different routes to the exit. This route circumvents the Revenant Staircase, which is... well, it's the hardest fight in the level by far. I would even go as far to say that it's as hard as the final fight of Map 5, but in a different way. It's very hard. Like, it's either the hardest fight in the WoD, or it's the second, or it's the joint first. I'm gonna say that. But here, yeah, we're just kind of mopping up. Now, the Cyber Demon died. That's, I would say, quite rare. That only happens maybe like 1 in 5 times you do this room, that the Cyber Demon will actually get killed within fighting. And I don't think I've ever seen him go down that fast. Usually you can use him to kill the Revenants as well, or that's at least what I like to do. Because there are Revenants hidden behind. You'll notice I haven't gone behind any of the other pillars, because there's enemies behind them all. This one is Archviles. So I'll kill these now, because I've actually got some good cells. I would say the norm is coming into this room with no cells. But we had a particularly good opening room this run, so... yeah, kill the Archviles first. And I'm going to use my shells as well, because I don't often come in here with shells. And then I'll resort to Plasma. Now what you can do is run around there, wake them all up, and then get the Cyber Demon to kill them for you. That's a pretty good strategy if the room is empty, which it usually is. Otherwise, just do this. Wake them all up and kill them with the Plasma. But yeah, this secret fight, it still takes you to the yellow key and to the end. It just does so in a way that avoids the Revenant Staircase. Whereas the, quote, normal route through the level takes you to the Revenant Staircase after the first room, and then to the yellow key. So fire 2 rockets here, kill those imps. Fire 3 rockets at the Mancubus, check he dies, and then 3 at this one. And then I'm just going to fire 1 rocket at these imps. I would have punched them if they hadn't all died there. Now the programmer's strat here is to get this Mancubus to shoot these Hell Knights. But unfortunately he got hit by one of the Hell Knights in the back, so yeah, I'm going to have to kill these myself. And I don't want to use up all my rockets, so I'm going to switch to Plasma. Because when you pick up this lone armor bonus, it will spawn in an Archvile up there. So pre-fire some rockets. Now that was an instant target, that's pretty unlucky. And now I'm going to kill these Revenants. Getting to this point with any armor, I think is good, it's a bonus. You want to save some of your rockets. Bat 5 is good for this next bit. And then these Mancubi will draft the rockets into him like that and kill him dead. And yeah, you want at least 10 to 15 rockets for this next bit, because you've got to kill 2 Archviles. There's no point in killing that Mancubus, because he's infighting the Hell Knight and he's just going to get resurrected anyway, so it would be a waste. You can see a little pit down there. That's got Archviles in it, so drop down, kill the Archviles. They're kind of everywhere. This is not great. It's lucky stun there, but I would have survived anyway. And yeah, I don't have infinite height on my rockets, so I can't actually kill them when they're in the pit. And this is the exit, so if you do the secret fight and you're not UV maxing the level, you know, take your win here and exit, because the remaining 100 enemies are all Revenants on a staircase in a fight called the Revenant Staircase. And it's fucking brutal. Pick up both these soul spheres and admire and feel sorry for the fact you can't get those 4 invulnerabilities. So yeah, there are 4 items you can't get in this level, and I would love to have all of them. Now, we pick up the Mega Armor we saved, and we're going to go into the penultimate fight, which is actually the most scary fight. Not because it's difficult, but because every point of armor you lose in this fight makes you less and less likely to win the Revenant Staircase, because there's no more armor in the whole level. So 175 is good. I've had 191, I think, was my highest. Oh, fuck me, what was that? But I've also come out of this room with 100 armor. Just because, you know, you play badly or you get unlucky. And if you come out with like less than 150, you don't really have a chance of this fight. So here's the staircase. All the ammo is at the bottom. There's revenants on, there's archviles on the way up. But basically, revenants spawn at the top and they walk their way down. And you've got to do some pretty crazy movements to avoid all their rockets. Otherwise, it's just crazy. You'll see. But I have a pretty good strategy. It's not... It's the most consistent strategy I've got. You know, 60% of the time it works every time. It doesn't. It works about 10% of the time. So jump off and then just stand on the edge of this teleporter here. I think this is a vanilla-friendly strategy. You can do this in Boom, as well as Gzdoom. But we're just going to wait here. And then we run immediately to this wall, slam ourselves against it, and just fire and dodge. And the reason we do that is because if you run up there, you kind of block their spawner, because the Revenants aren't moving away. And so you can group them all at this top end. And fighting them at this part here is just so much easier. I have to go now because I've run out of ammo. So wait, pick up the Soul Sphere, and now... Yeah, the traditional method is killing them all from the bottom, but I don't think that is... I find that too difficult to be anyway consistent. I would say this is like a 3% consistency for me, whereas, like I said, the strategy I've got, I think is probably, well, maybe not a 1 in 10, maybe more like a 1 in 7, 1 in 8. Which does make this level pretty hard. And I suppose just saying that out loud, I was definitely lower than 1 in 7, 1 in 8 on the final fight of Map 5, so yeah, maybe that fight is still the hardest. But yeah, there you go, that's all the kills, all of the obtainable items, and the secret. And my god, does it feel good to have done this Revenant Staircase. Like, this was so daunting. Because the level is hard, to get to this point is hard. And then you can throw it all away in that penultimate room if you lose too much armor. So I'm really happy, really pleased I was able to pull this off. It was really, really tough. Probably took me 7 or 8 full attempts after getting to the Revenant Staircase to pull this off, which is probably like 20, 30 attempts of the level overall from the point that I started sort of going, okay, I'm ready now to try maxing the level. But yeah, that was Map 6. I hope you enjoyed that. I certainly enjoyed playing it, and I look forward to seeing you in Map 7.